Welcome, my sister. If you're here to train, then I would be delighted to train you. There will be a time soon where the call of the Emerald Dream will take hold in you. You will hibernate for many years and walk amongst the purest of forms. It is there and then that your ultimate training will take place. I will be your mentor and guide for now. It is my duty to teach you how to interpret not only what the spirits communicate to us, but also the complexities and secrets of the Emerald Dream. As you learn and grow in power, you will learn more of our sleeping trance. But until then, return to me as often as you like, and I will teach you what I can in the ways of our kind.
Aggro.
Gonna go by water.
Warp drive active. droid is depleted.
Aggro. Aggro.
Gonna go pee while I get this buff. I'll be right back. Itchy. Oh no. What happened here? You didn't stop. Okay, just go back then. Damn it, I hurt my throat so bad.
Warp drive active.
Aggro. Aggro.
Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
Aggro. 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 Aggro.
Hard work pays off.
So good to see you again. Ah, back for another job? Now, what business do I have for you today? A forest is a dangerous place. Not compared to other regions, mind you, but let's not lose sight of the facts. To make it safer for new settlements, we've been clearing out dangerous critters and using the meat to feed people in need. If you could go retrieve the meat from our traps, I will happily compensate you.
Aggro. 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 Aggro.
I appreciate your help. Stay safe out there. Patty won't stand a chance with you on the job.
Aggro.
How you holding up?
To volunteer or just to escape for a while?
Hey. How's that weather, huh? We have selves right there somewhere.
Spawn is down.
Damn, you scorched. I can't bear to see another.
Hey, friend. Gonna get you anything?
Just your friendly neighborhood quarter mistress.
Take a break before heading back out into danger.
See another friend turn.
Glad we got those bots up
You want a
and
safe
running.
haven?
Fixing
Good
this
or a
up by
headquarters in
hand
the
would be a
refuge, the
nightmare.
old White Springs.
You know what we could use more of? Everything. When does the next caravan come by again?
Lumberjack. Protectron cuts down trees, but does not require
Happy hunting.
much. Or laboratory facilities.
drive active.
Aggro. Aggro. Aggro.
Trees plus lumberjack protectron equals desirable.
Those raiders don't mean them no harm.
You're back.
Yeah, Todd, I'm
Covered
back.
me
I'm
from
back.
traps. Just what I wanted to hear.
It could benefit so many. I mean, we have selves around here somewhere. Are we out already?
Aggro.
I came to Shadowglen to observe the webwood spiders that dwell in the Shadow Thread Cave. They are cousin to a much smaller variety of spider. I believe the World Tree has had a profound effect on them, and I would like specimens to study to confirm this. First, I would like some of their venom. Gather webwood venom sacs from the spiders in and around the Shadow Thread Cave to the north. I can then examine them for similarities with their smaller cousin's venom.
Aggro.
Would it be possible to give me a Steam gift card? You can give me a Steam gift card if you want. Yeah, I think so. I don't know. You'd have to Google. You can. Yeah, it's just better if you wish to give me money. The best way to do it is just to. Well, Twitch charges 50%. So the donate on my website, the donate on my website is the best way. But if you would prefer to make sure that I buy a game with it, I think there's a way to give people, like if you go and buy a game, I think you can, if there's a specific game you want me to buy, I'll buy it. I don't care. I don't know about play it though. Yeah, and if you want to just support my family, all the money I make goes to support my family because I have no needs. All of them are met between my family's land, the government, my disability, and my job. All of my needs are met. So, but my parents, they need help, and they've got taxes and all that stuff, they got to pay and they need help. So, if you want to support my family, that's probably the best way to do it. If you want me to buy a game, I'll buy a game. I don't mind. If you give me the money and tell me to buy something, I will. But playing it, promising to play it is a whole nother matter. Because there's only certain games I'm willing to play. Very, very, very narrow set of games.
Aggro.
And thank you very much, number 2. Your constant viewership, as I always say, your constant viewership will one day help me build a career. That is enough support, but I will not tell you to give me, I will not tell you to stop giving me money. I will not tell you not to give me money. It's your life. You do as you please, but you are doing something more valuable than money. You are supporting my career when no one else is. Oh, that's not true. I meant like there's other people supporting me, like Dave and Aquinas and all the people who have subbed to me and give me follows and all that stuff. But like you're the one who's actually giving me 100% viewership uptime, which is frankly like that is invaluable to me. You can't buy that. I can set a tablet to run on my channel and I can buy bots, but I can't pay another human being to sit in my channel all day long. If you have the money and it's funny money all to you, I will use it to support my family. I promise, but something I can't buy is someone just willing to sit in the channel. And that to me is worth more than any money you could ever give me. So like I always say, you paid your people bills here. You've given me plenty of money, number 2. And if you want to support me, you can. I'm not trying to talk you out of it, but the real way that you're giving me something that honestly, some streamers, they couldn't pay someone to sit in their stream for, 12, 14 hours a day, every single day. They couldn't pay. They literally, like some people, if they're famous, they could easily pay someone to do it. But like someone who's struggling like me, they can't pay. Like honestly, there's some people who are rich but would probably rather have the clout and fame of being a streamer, who would probably pay someone like you $100,000 a year just to sit and watch them and comment in the channel and be there 14 hours a day. I don't have $100,000 and I don't know if I ever will. But I know that your loyal viewership is up there somewhere around $100,000. A lot of streamers can't pay for viewers like you. It's actual loyalty and it's steady viewership. You pay for me, with that. And as long as you're willing to do that, I don't require any money from you, So just but I think you get what I'm trying to say. But if you want to support me, do it on my website. It's PayPal. It's safe. You know, it's a PayPal donation. Like, you can even, like, refund it if you want. Or I don't even know if they do refunds, but if you ever feel, like, scammed or attacked or something by me, you can always, like, you know, you can always, like, get a PayPal refund. It's frankly, it's, like, the safest way to pay on the internet is right there on my website, believe it or not. Even Patreon, I think, is less safe. GPay is less safe. I think that, like, PayPal's safe. So if you fancy a PayPal donation, it's the safest way to do it.
Aggro. Aggro.
And thank you for the wonderful support. You know what I'm saying? I really like that you digged what you saw here, and it means that I think if I can reach you, I think I can reach a small and not small, but I can reach like a small but adequate enough constituency to eventually, you know, maybe thrive, you know, maybe pay for an editor, pay for an editor, pay for somebody to make thumbnails, pay for somebody to, you know, edit the videos and stuff and all that, and do public, you know, maybe publicist stuff. That's the other thing that I'll spend the money on, honestly. All the money that I've received from all of my wonderful viewers and wonderful supportive community like you, I have spent on video games, because I feel like that helps support the streams. So every year I spend about $1,400 on video games, believe it or not. There's the yearly fees. There's about $400 worth of those. There's the games that I buy, like the $60 games and the new games and the betas and such that I buy. And things have been very tight lately because my mother had 2 crazy life-changing surgeries this year. And so we're living off of my income. They don't have income. I mean, she's on Social Security, but it's not very much. So we're all on fixed income, but my income and my streamer salary and the game, you know, stuff that I'm doing is helping support me. So you're helping support 3 wonderful people try to make it, who are elderly and on fixed income. I'm not elderly, but they're elderly, and I'm middle-aged elderly people trying to support themselves on fixed income. And all 3 of us have personal businesses that we run, and all 3 of us have dying businesses that were better when they started. You know, I had more follows in the first couple of years because I was more willing to be frank and open and be open to the public and have conversations with the public all the time. I'm not really willing to do that anymore. I will not babysit kids. I like kids, and I'm young at heart, and I'm like an 18-year-old in a 40-year-old man's body. And the last girl I dated was 22. To get you an idea of, like, I'm a youth-minded individual. But I can't stand kids and their inane bullshit anymore. Not when it comes to my stream or, you know, interfering with my stream or any of that. Sorry, the music is a little bit loud. Turn it down. And so thank you for believing in me. You know what I'm saying? There's been a lot of you. There's been about 20 people who full-blown believed in me, invested in it anywhere between $5 and $100. So thank you so much for believing in me. And I knew when I started that it would be very difficult to reach even people like you. You know, it would be very difficult for every million people that I sift through. I bet there's one that's willing to actually sit here and watch. I think I'm looking for one, and I'm looking for the diamond in the rough viewers, like 1 in a million people like you who don't want to attack me all day for some fucking reason because I'm fat or old or some streamer that plays games that they like or whatever. You know, I'm looking for that diamond in the rough like you that can actually might be, you know, independently wealthy or fixed income or retired or already working at home or that kind of thing, who have this kind of schedule to watch all day. And thank you. You're the gem in the crown. You know what I'm saying? That's what I always say to my best friend. You're like the wonderful gem in the crown, that you're the viewer that I wanted, that I set out to do this. And people like you give me faith that I'm able to reach people like you and Dave and Aquinas. I don't like picking names and playing favorites. There's been a lot of people that even the attacker, even the stream sniper has given me like 17,000 hours of viewership or something like that. Even the attacker has played their part and put follows in my stable and all this stuff. And I want to thank you guys, even if you hate me. You know what I'm saying? Even if you fucking hate me, even if you want to kill me or kill my family or something, thank you still for supporting me and making my kill me or kill my family or something weird and crazy. I still feel like, like I couldn't have done this without the support and the viewership and the follows and all that stuff. And I might get so angry I scream myself hoarse, but that doesn't mean that I don't love you guys. And thank you for being there for me. It's been a good couple of years, it's been 18 months and I put like 1,200, videos on YouTube and stuff. And it's weird. Like you bring up like your donation, but I think of like your donation as your time. So you can give me your money. It won't get you anywhere. I got to tell you right now, giving me your money won't get you anywhere. Like in terms of favoritism or moddership or any of that stuff. So just, understand like, your viewership is the support. And I'm more happy receiving between $5 and $100 from somebody I never see again from the random public than I am receiving it from you, who's really paying me in your solid viewership, which in the end will up me in Twitch's eyes. It'll up me in YouTube's eyes. It'll make me more acceptable to the world if I have people still sitting around here. So if you want to give me money, I'll show you love, but like overall, like, your viewership is the love. Your viewership is the money. I couldn't pay for the viewership that you give me every day. They don't sell it. I've never looked, but I mean, maybe they sell it, but they sell it in the form of bots. You can't buy real viewers like you that literally sit around and not sit around, but like actually loyally view every single day and religiously log in whenever I'm playing and all that stuff. I'm sure I'll get more people like you as time goes by, but like understand, like that's the money. You can give me your money. I'm not arguing with you or telling you not to, but the real money is the viewership. It affects when somebody solidly does watch somebody for a long, long time, it does stuff for the algorithms and the YouTube and the Twitch and all that stuff. Yeah, like I don't turn my shit off. I turn my PC off every time I sleep, but I didn't for the first 2 solid years that I owned it. Now I'm a little bit more worried about the miles on it, the mileage on it. So I do turn it off when I sleep because, like I want this computer to last. It's the best computer I've ever owned, by hands down. Alienware R11, chef kiss, no problem. Like, I thought that maybe they kind of screwed me when they didn't give me enough RAM on it. But in reality, the games use way more RAM than they should. It has nothing to do with... Like, 16 gigs of RAM is enough to run 3 programs at once, all modern programs at once. But not at the same time as Windows. You kind of need, like, 32 to 64 gigabytes of RAM and stuff. So I love this computer, but I shut it off now because I'm looking for mileage from it. Like, I want, like, a good, solid 10 years out of this computer. I've already had like a good solid 3.5 or something like that. So now, my warranties and all my shit's worn out now.
Aggro.
Oh, the USB port. That's the only problem that's okay. The only problem in all of computerhood that's actually tolerable is, USB port, yeah, no, actually, a broken USB port is terrible, yeah. But honestly, that happens. That can happen. Hardware failures on a more, like minute thing like that, that's acceptable. Like, a port going out is a pain in the fucking ass, and it's expensive, but... Yeah, that's good. That's good. That's good. That was the only problem. My problem is that all these games, especially if you're running them at the same time... take too much RAM, and I didn't know that. Especially Rust. Rust takes too much RAM. If you count Rust and Windows at the same time, it's like 32 gigabytes of RAM or something, or 32 megabytes of RAM, and so 32 gigabytes of RAM, and like it was a good computer for a pre-built. I think most pre-builts you get problems like what happened to you, where the USB port died, you know. Like most pre-mades, something bad happens, like the USB port dies. For me, my Bluetooth died, or I'm sorry, it didn't die. It's malfunctioning. So I use a USB dongle for a Bluetooth. The one thing to go that's okay to go is the Bluetooth. A USB port is actually terrible. That's terrible when that happens because you need your USB ports. But what happened to me is Bluetooth failure, and Bluetooth failure is acceptable. You can get around that. You said it was just 1 out of like 5 or 6, yeah. Yeah, this is the first gaming PC I've ever really owned. I've had gaming PCs that I stole from LAN cafes when I was a kid. But like those things, yeah, and I mean they were current for like that year, but they were only current as in they were all like through the computer that I stole was still 3 years old. The computer this computer when I bought it, it was new. It was only 6 months old. It only come out in the year 2020. So so this is the first brand new, spanking new gaming PC I've ever owned, and this is the happiest I've ever been in my life. And I fundamentally believe this. Like my happiness level index as a gamer, as like a full-time streamer, as a gamer, as a Rust player, as all that stuff, like getting a new computer that was on par with the best in the world was the greatest thing I ever did for myself, beyond falling in love with my ex. You know, like, not falling in love, but, okay, the romance that I had with my ex was the greatest thing that ever happened to me. But then right after that is when I bought myself this brand new computer. It changed my life in such a drastic, positive way that, that I didn't even really know. And ironically, when I first bought the computer, I was in the madhouse, which had brick walls, and the internet that I had was bad, and I was living off a 20 megabyte internet from my cell phone that I had to pipe in from the window because I couldn't get internet through wired because I lived in the madhouse where they didn't want us having internet really. So I used my cell phone to wire to Fallout 76 and Rust, and I constantly would disconnect 40, 50 times a day. The way the Streamlabs used to crash, that's how much I used to disconnect from the internet where I used to live when I first bought this computer. So on top of it, for the first 2 years of owning this computer, I had a bad internet connection that disconnected like 50 times a day. So the minute that I got a brand new computer that didn't have any hardware issues anymore or slowdown or bad frame rate or anything, well, I mean, it had bad frame rate because the RAM was insufficient for the modern games. But once I got 64 gigabytes of RAM, like my frame rate is good. Even when I'm running 3 games, I'm getting 120 frames on almost all 3. I mean, they're all on like shit settings, but that's what it takes to run three clients all at once and all this. You said, oh, I feel that 100%. I can watch Twitch, Netflix, and play games and stuff. Yeah, like the first brand new computer I ever bought. Yeah, and before I went to the madhouse and when my ex was living with me, I was fixing laptop screens, and I saved up I saved up, I think it was only in the end it was like I think $1,300 when I was like living in the garage and shit. And I bought a new computer before this one that only had a 1650 in it. And I went from a 1650 to a 3060 Ti, and that changed my life. And I gave that first computer away because it was a very small PC. It was like a piece. It was a tower that was only $490, but it had an i7 in it. And it had 3600 gigahertz, and it was like 16 gigabytes of RAM, and it was only $490. And the 1650 sucked dick, and it would barely run Tarkov, and it would barely run Rust, but I could do it in low settings. And so one of the things that that I kind of shared with my first clan was we all had bad computers, all 5 of us. They were all college kids. My other friend, he had a good computer, but I didn't. And the clan leader had a good computer, but I didn't. And so 4 of us had bad, well, 5 of us. There were 6 of us in that clan. My friend Patrick, he had a bad computer too. And then he bought a new computer. I bought a new computer. All of them bought new computers for their Christmas breaks that year. And all of a sudden, we went from sucking dick and dying and getting raided and failing all the time to suddenly like kicking everybody's ass that we meet. Even the bigger clans who had more people, we would most of the times when all 6 of us were on, we would manage to counter the raid. When we all bought new computers for Christmas 2020, right? We all suddenly became a really good clan overnight. It was like, it turns out that we were all good gamers in general. Like my friend Dalton. My friend Dalton has like 1,200 wins on fucking Fortnite or something like that. He taught me how to play. So does my friend Dog. And so, like, those guys, they all had bad computer. Well, Dog didn't have bad computer, but Dalton did. They all had bad computers. When they all got good computers, suddenly, our clan changed, and we were suddenly building bigger bases and doing better and stuff. I noticed that getting a new computer that didn't really suck anymore definitely did bring me from, like, I'd say the 50th percentile to somewhere around, I'd say I'm like a C- average player. I'd be the first one to say it. I'm like a C- average player. I die all the time. I don't care to dedicate. I don't follow other people's builds. I do what's fun. I don't give a shit what the meta is. I don't follow it. Never have. Never will. I've been one of the best. Well, I've been one of the best in the world at World of Warcraft, but that was 13 years ago. I'm not like that anymore. I don't care. And so now I'm just like when I went from a bad computer, I was struggling and trying my hardest to get 50%. I'd say I was reaching about 50% KDRs, or so what is, it's like 0.50%. For every time I died, I'd kill maybe, I kill a person once every 2 deaths on Overwatch when I had a bad computer and Rust and all that. And now I kill 0.67. My KDR is like 0.67. I know because I look at it on all my games all the time when I'm not on stream. When I go to bed at night, some nights when I'm sick or whatever, I'll go check my KDRs on all my shit, and I sit somewhere around like 0.67 or something like that. You said got mine in 2020. I think I have 2 to 4 years left in this one. I think so too. Actually, I think I've got a good solid 7 years left in this computer because the modern computers I think will last a lot longer, and I think it'll be a good bedroom computer that'll run the games that I needed to play for like at least another 10 years, and I'm looking forward to it. Like we were planning to buy a new computer right now, right around this week actually. Well, we were going to buy a new computer, but my old co-op partner in my trio convinced me to get new RAM, and when I got new RAM, I realized that was the problem that I had. Was when I got new RAM, I realized I could live off this computer probably for another at least 6 months to like 3 years or something like that. So we set aside the budget, and I talked to my family and my payee and all this because I'm on disability, and there's a government doctor and my mother who take care of how I spend my money. I don't get to say how I spend my money. They do stipends and they check every way that I spend all my money because I have a history of drug addiction and hospitalization, and I lived in the mental health facility for 2 years and all this. And so one of the things I had to agree to when I went on disability is they tell me what I can spend the money on. So we very carefully, the government doctor, my mother, and I all set a careful budget about the new computer budget so I can chase my dream, and they like what I'm doing. They actually think it's very good. Most people just sit on their fucking asses and get high in the ghetto all day when they're on disability and shit. And when I show them like firsthand that I'm actually doing something with my life, and I don't ask for I ask for donations, but I don't live off them, and it's all entirely. I don't ever ask for donations from people, almost ever. I say if you want to donate, come to the thing, but I don't have a job in a way, and the government's okay with it. We talk to them and shit, like we declare taxes. They know what I'm doing. They're they're okay with it, and I don't make much money doing what I'm doing. So they're like, yep, if you want to help supplement the disability, not too many people like you can still do like a side gig and make a little bit of money. And the government doctor was like, frankly, like with how little you make, I wouldn't really worry about it, you know. I was like, okay. They're like, if you ever make more than what you make on your fixed income, you should, I mean, and they're like, you should always, they were like, you should always file taxes, which I do, but they were like, also, like, you should, you know, you'll be okay, but when you only make, like, you know, between like $100 and $1,000 a year, we're not going to cancel your disability if you're reported on the taxes and shit, and you tell us first that you're going to be doing that. I was like, oh, good. And they're like, but if it's ever any significant amount of money, like, if you feel like you have any funny money from this, you must tell us, because we will re-examine your disability and shit. And I was like, okay. So, like, so they were like, but until you make more than $7,000 a year as a streamer, that's what I asked everybody I met when I was talking to you. I was like, hey, I'm pursuing a job on the side that doesn't make me any money yet, but if it ever does, like, when should I start to worry about telling you guys that I've made some income? And they're like, well, you got to file taxes. And I was like, well, I do. And they're like, yeah, if you ever make more than what you're pulling in on disability, which isn't much, it's like $7,000 a year, they're like, we will cancel your disability. So I was like, okay. And so that's another reason that I don't ask for donations. I just tell them how to do it. I don't go I don't tell them to sub to me and I'll kill this guy or I'll get naked and jack off or something. Like, I don't have a job as a streamer per se. I just take the donations that they want to donate to my time as like a tip jar essentially, and I have to report it to the government. I have to pay them 30% on that 1,000. It's, or whatever it is. It's a lot of money on the 1,000. It sucks. It's like 27% of the 1,000. So at the end of the year, when I clean out the PayPal, I send the government, like, I don't send the government, I file the taxes, and they do the return, and I have to send them $270. It fucking sucks, you know. So I don't touch my PayPal but once a year. And so, like, now, like, you know, so now we set aside a budget for the computer with the government doctor and everybody, like, because we're about transparency and all this. They know everything I'm doing. And so, and we were like, okay, well, I can't afford a $2,800 computer when my yearly fucking income is $7,000. That's literally like half my year's income. So what we did is for the last, like, 10 months, you know, it's longer than that. Yeah, it's been 11 months, I think, something like that. We set aside $100. And so by the time that it reaches summer, I will have saved up between $1,600 and $1,700. And around July the 4th, I will purchase a 4090 Ti, which I don't know what it'll be in the summer. It'll be cheaper and stuff, but, you know, 4090 Ti, it'll be, you know, $1,600 or something like that. See it? It'll be, yeah, it's like, I mean, they're up right now. They're not cheap. They're like $2,300 and stuff. So come summer or even like fall, I will set aside roughly between $1,300 and it'll be $1,600 and $2,200, and I'm gonna get a professional cleaning done on my computer, and I'm gonna have him switch out the video card for me. It's because I don't even want to mess with it. I want a professional job, and I wanted to air blow out my computer and get it all clean and everything in a real way with an air compressor, because we don't have an easy air compressor for what I need to do. And so, and then I'm going to pay him to switch out the video card, and I'm going to get a professional cleaning on this computer and stuff. Then I'm going to sit on this computer for another 3 years in my living room, and I'm going to save up $100 a month. And then in 2025, I will buy a new computer with a new card in it for, you know, I'll look for a sale and on you know, Amazon Day or Black Friday 2025 or whatever. Yeah, probably 2025, right? I will buy a brand new computer from Alienware. And I'm looking forward to that. And hopefully by then it'll be like 5090. It will be up another generation or something like that. But every day I think about this, what I'm going to do and when I'm going to do it. I don't like my 3060 Ti anymore. As you can see, I've got to drop all my ultra settings down. I used to play at 1440p on my 3060 Ti with 4600 gigahertz and stuff, and 64 gigabytes of RAM. I used to play like, you know, one single game on 1440p on my 120-inch monitor, and I would get, you know, 120 frames per second in ultra settings. Now I play 3 games at once, and I have to sit at a lower setting because, you know, it's like the video RAM between the 3 clients is like 8K, and it runs like all of my VRAM out on top of my RAM and on top of the CPU and all this. So running 3 games, I think on like a 4090 Ti will be nice, because I'll be able to run probably in nice high settings, I bet, not ultra, but like high settings on all 3 clients and still maintain 120 frames per second. And I think about this all the time, because it's like, I took a hit on my stream, and I know I lost some people. I had some people tell me that they were coming in for the crisp visuals on 1440p on my YouTube and stuff, but then I dropped it down to 1920. And they were looking for higher res and stuff. I did lose some people on that, and my graphics don't look that good. So one of the things I did was to start to play older MMOs that aren't all taxing, like Fallout 76 or Rust or Final Fantasy, well, or not Final Fantasy 14, but like PAX Day. Those are really taxing games. And another reason I fear PAX Day and Enshrouded and all this is I don't think they'll run well. I don't think they'll optimize those games well at launch. I just don't think it's in their style to do so. So, like, I think I'm gonna remain doing triple games like this, like WoW, Eve, FFXI, Fallout 76, older games that are optimized, that have been around for between 5 and 20 years. And then when I get the 4090 Ti, I'll be able to run all 3 of these games in ultra if they're old, or if it's a new game, I'll be able to run the new game in high and the other 2 in low. Right now, I can only run all 3 in low. So when I get a new card, like a 4090 Ti, I imagine I'll probably be able to run probably Fallout 76 in high and the other 2 in low. And that'll be really nice, because right now, they're all, like, these games look really crappy, because I have them turned down all the way. All 3. I mean, I don't have WoW turned down, because WoW's so old and so optimized that you can get by running it higher, but I'm still only getting 113 frames per second, not 120 at... you know, ultra. I mean, I am on ultra. I mean, I'm on 8, but I'm on ultra on most of the stuff. So, I mean, I do have a high setting on this game, but I mean, the game's 20 years old. FFXI is CPU bound, so it'll never really run that well until I get the next computer in 2025 or 2026. So I've been like kind of shelving FFXI until I'm fiending to play it, because it doesn't play well with others. It's a CPU bound game. So if my CPU is busy running these intensive hogs like Rust and Fallout 76 and EVE Online all at once, all at the same time, and WoW and all that, I've noticed that the CPU can't really handle Final Fantasy 11 for some reason, even though it's the least graphically intensive game that I use. And so that sucks. So, like, on top of it, I've got to kind of slowly work Horizon out of my rotation, I think, because it doesn't play well with others. Any game that I play that doesn't play well with others will not do well with, like, on my modern stream. Like, now I would consider, like, I would say my stream is now postmodern for me, because like there was a modern revolution when I started playing 3 games at once, and now I'm like postmodern now, and I'm playing 3 old games, but I'm doing it all at once, and to me that's like a revival of all 3. I gotta go somewhere else now. Go do some sales and all that. I've started a new druid. I'm gonna play feral druid as a main, I think, on SoD, not rogue, because it's like I can heal myself and run and do interesting things that the rogue can't do.
Aggro.
I mean, the rogue's good, but my friend went alliance, so I went to his server and yeah.
Aggro.
Oh, I guess I want to go downstairs. Oops. Every year that goes by, these games get more and more optimized, and the computers get more and more better and better at running them, and my career will only get better. As I can run 3 games at once, you know? Ooh, Moonfire, fucking sweet. I don't have enough. Damn it. I have to go back. I have to come all the way back here. So annoying. There's no vendor up here. No. It's alright. You're a good friend, number 2. Thank you for the support. Sorry, it's having done so many drugs, it's hard for me to smile. You know, I'm not a smiler anymore. So I'm sorry, I'm so dead faced all the time. I would smile. I've been trying to smile more. Thank you so much. You know.
You have proven your dedication to nature well, adventurer. A young adventurer like yourself has a promising future.
Oh, thank you. You're a good gamer. You have good taste.
Senses.
This event ended, I guess. Is that what happened? Like, as I joined it? Yep. The hell, man? Oh, find the source of the Projectron Horde. Oh, shit. I see. Okay. White powder winter sports. So they want me to go check. Cool. Okay. Let's go to white powder winter sports. Sure. Gotta go up there and train Mark of the Wild. Oops. Oh, I need to put Moonfire on my bar here.
Peace be with you.
No, no, that's wrong.
Good luck.
Rejuvenation. Cool.
Go in peace.
Spells. Oops. Cool. Tiger water treatment. I've never been here before. I've never been here before.
Aggro. Aggro.
Lunar Idol. It's a relic? Use. Defeat creatures which are affected by your moonfire. Then learn to use... Oh. Okay.
Aggro.
Ooh, stabilized automatic barrel. I'll have to put a receiver on this.
Aggro. Aggro.
I'm so glad you found me, adventurer. How did you know I was here? I was bitten very badly by a spider named Githias the Vile while exploring the spider cave very close to here. I am sure I have been seriously poisoned. You must help me. Please tell Dirania Silvershine. She will be able to help me. Hurry. I'm so dizzy.
Aggro. 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 Aggro.
The asteroid is depleted.
That one detonated, or something detonated. Damn it. So annoying. Oh, heavy leather chest piece, huh? Okay. Oh, grants up to 20 DR. Oh, cool. A Riskat's wood left arm, huh? Cool, yeah, it looks good to me. It like sticks out from her arm all weird, but okay. Legendary armor is welcome, yeah. A weapon would have been better, but okay. Tea time could be fun, but I don't think I can cover all three. My god, I wish I had another bag.
Oh dear, I was wondering why I hadn't seen Ivaron yet today, and I've always warned him about those spiders. We may be able to help Ivern, as I know of an antidote that should help with the poison. It requires some ingredients, though, before I can make it. I'll need hyacinth mushrooms. You can find these growing under trees, or you may collect them from the Grell south of here. They seem to have taken a liking to them. I'll also need moon petal lilies, which only grow around watery pools. The last ingredient may prove the most difficult. From the very spiders that poisoned Ivern, collect webwood ichor.
Overseer's, let's call these personal journals. Not an official log, just something for me. The Agricultural Center, one of my first posts with Vault-Tec. I was so excited because I used to come to this same farm when I was a kid. I remember one year at the autumn festival, running through the corn maze, going every which way, Mom and Dad yelling after me to slow down. Wasn't gonna happen. I guess I was always hitting my stack. Couldn't just be a pioneer scout. I had to make troop leader. Couldn't just be a good student. I had to have straight A's. Got it. Being a kid. The three of us, our simple life, our simple house. I wonder if it's still standing.
Aggro. 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 Aggro.